Hello, happy people, and welcome back to another episode of 65 and Counting. I'm your host, Adam Fry. I'm a certified Medicare planner, and I'm here to ask the important questions that you want answered by industry professionals. This show is for everyone and anyone coming up on that important milestone of 65 years old. That means retirement, it means Medicare eligibility, or it means that you're just plain interested in the world of retirement planning. Whatever it is, on this show you'll hear from the people that know it best. And here we are smack in the middle of AEP, or the annual election period. We are working hard to be absolutely sure that everyone is on the right plan for 2021. That means that if you haven't filled out that email asking for updated information so we can run research for you, you are running out of time. Make sure that you get back to American Retirement Advisors as soon as possible so we can get our recommendation back to you. Also, it's time for workshops. That's right. Watch our certified Medicare planners bring Medicare information to life in our free informational Medicare workshops. Live and in person in the Las Vegas area and online for all over the USA. For a complete schedule, visit www.123easymedicare.com or call the office at 602-281-3898 and we'd be more than happy to help you. And I'll include that information in the description of the episode. All right, it's time to bring Mr. David Edge back on to bring November's newsletter to life. Stay up to date on all the information in the Medicare and retirement planning world. Take it away, Mr. Edge.
Hi, folks. Well, it's November, so that means it's the reading of the November American Retirement Advisor newsletter. So if you'd like to, this is issue number 11, volume 20, and we're going to be on the front page to start with David P. Schaefer's article. Here we go. By the time you read this newsletter or listen to it via www.65andcounting.com, the post-election conversations will be in full swing. The final counts will be ongoing for several days, if not weeks. Seats will change hands. 100% of the 435 seats in Congress are up for election. 35 of the 100 seats in the Senate are to be voted upon in the 2020 election. So, what's that mean to you and me? Well, to be honest, a heck of a lot. Most folks I interact with on a day-to-day basis are retired. They're concerned about their health care. Medicare remains available and affordable. They're concerned that their supplemental income continues uninterrupted, Social Security. They are concerned for the financial markets. No one wants to see a 1987, a 2001, or a 2008 again. Most would argue that we won't have a choice. Both sides say the same thing. It's hard to place your trust in this candidate or that one. We don't have a choice. Please vote. If it helps you, vote for the results you are looking to experience rather than the person. Sometimes emotions drive decisions. Sometimes our leaders exaggerate the truth. Sometimes they're a little forgetful. Either way, we must make a decision. So please, cast your vote. Okay, we're continuing on the front page with an article by David Edge. Finally. When will it all stop? The year 2020 has continued with all sorts of disappointments, and it appears this trend will continue well into the new year, but we can dream, can't we? So many dreams went unrealized this past year, with graduates not being able to hold graduation ceremonies, no homecoming, no king or queen of the court, university graduates getting diplomas, but no jobs due to many companies shutting down, and the list goes on and on. Thankfully, we are seeing some progress in many areas. Jobless unemployment claims are on the decline as many are returning to work. More and more businesses are reopening. Online services and commodities are booming. By the time this newsletter is read, we will hopefully know who our next president is and have no idea what those results will bring. Prosperity or more death and taxes. One way or the other, it will all be over. And we can hopefully have a nice Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year. Then maybe, just maybe, we can finally move on. So keep positive. Stay in touch with family and friends and loved ones as we look forward to a fresh start for 2021. I know I will. Okay, we're on page 2, and the next article is Why Am I Me by David Edge. Stocking up? Do you remember your grandparents having a root cellar? If you were city folk, you probably never experienced this issue. But if you grew up or visited people in rural areas of the country, this was a room built into the earth, usually below the house, where the dirt kept the room moist and cool. So however you put up goods or stocked up for the winter made you, you. Canned goods were usually prepared by your family and stored in glass jars and then carefully placed on shelves where you would stock up on items not available during the winter. As kids, I distinctly remember that there would be entire weekends spent at my grandparents' farm where the garden would be harvested at the end of the summer. After picking bushels of garden items, we would spend days where all the vegetables would be cooked and placed into glass jars. This was no simple task, as the jars had to be sterilized by placing them in pans of water and into the oven to cook at a high temperature to make sure all the germs would be killed. Then you fill them with everything you can imagine from a garden: corn, green beans, squash, peas, all kinds of fruit. Some items were just stored without any fuss, like sacks of potatoes and onions. Then there would be the days where you shelled pecans or walnuts by the bagful. Of course, it would be all impossible not to sneak a bite or two. When we returned to school, our classmates would be amazed to learn what we'd been up to those weeks leading into the fall. "Why don't you just go to the store?" we would often hear. Well, the country store might be 40 to 50 miles away, and even if you made the trip, there was no guarantee the store would have any vegetables to sell. So when was the last time you had to do without something because the store was out? We've all had recent experiences with items such as toilet paper, disinfectant, and maybe one or two of your favorite food items. Whatever way you dealt with stocking up makes you, you. Okay, our next article is by Sharon Colbert Groves. Flu shots during COVID? Many people are asking, should I get a flu shot during the COVID pandemic? There is no one answer for everyone. We strongly suggest you speak to your physician about the circumstances that are specific to you. Since COVID and the flu both affect our respiratory system, they can spread easily. COVID has many unknowns, and therefore the doctors do not know how or if they may interact with each other. As of this date, there are no vaccines for either. Numerous physicians say that this year is particularly important to get our flu shot so as to minimize the effects. Getting a flu shot will not protect someone from contracting COVID. Doctors are also asking everyone who may share a living space to get the flu shot to protect everyone in their household. The Center for Disease Control, the CDC, advises that COVID is more contagious among certain age groups than the flu. So they advised it's best to get the flu shot. As we have all heard again and again, mask up, observe social distancing, and wash your hands frequently. The CDC also says that September and October are generally the best months to get the flu shot. To sum it up, please talk to your doctor about your circumstances for their recommendation. We here at American Retirement Advisors hope you will all stay safe and be well. Page 3, Financial Tip by Mark Fry. Happy November, folks. Well, we now know that your Social Security checks will be going up by a whopping 1.3%. I know we would like to have seen a higher increase, but the Fed said that the increase is this small because cost of living has not gone up all that much. Prices of goods and services are relatively the same as they were last year, with a decrease in gasoline prices. As of the writing of this article, we still do not know what Medicare Part B premium will be. So, how do we figure out a way to make our dollars go farther in this coming new year, legislation notwithstanding? Well, you can do one of the things that I just did. I just refinanced my house on a 20-year mortgage at 2.14% interest. Now, the way I set mine up, my monthly mortgage decreased by a couple of $100s a month. I also knocked 7 years off the time I must pay. For me, that is $250,000 that still stays in my pocket over the life of the loan. This is one strategy that you may be able to employ. Another strategy to take advantage of the low interest rates available would be have a longer period note at the lower interest rate and significantly decrease your monthly expenses. If you decide that you would like to pay a few $100s more towards your note to pay it off earlier, you can always do that. But before you go ahead and pay extra to pay it down more quickly, decide if it's worth it and why would you be doing that. Remember, if you pay more toward principal, it won't count as tax deductible. That being said, you still might not be able to deduct your regular payments from your taxes based on the higher standard deduction. Everybody's situation will be different. Hopefully, you can enjoy your turkey with your family and have a terrific Thanksgiving. I know we will. Till next time, cheers. Thanks, Mark. Okay. Medicare at Work. Making Medicare Guidance and Transition 1, 2, 3 Easy at Work by Laura Lee Drummond. I don't know about you, but I already have turkey and cranberry visions dancing in my head. Thanksgiving might feel a little different as far as gatherings go while we are all at various stages of still navigating COVID. Oh, and not to mention the election. Hopefully we can unify in a sense of thankfulness, realizing the challenges and changes we managed and overcame together this year. Speaking of change, autumn brings the true season of change and an annual opportunity. Medicare's annual election period is in full swing as you are reading this November newsletter. We are grateful for the opportunity to provide recommendations for your Medicare coverage next year to ensure your coverage complements your needs. Is your appointment scheduled for this golden opportunity? Is there a friend over 65 at work or a neighbor who would benefit from a confident Medicare plan review? We help employers and employees with Medicare transition questions at this time of year when group enrollment meetings are going on too. Employees like choices, and we don't want them to miss out on Medicare as an option. If we can show them an opportunity to transition, it's a win-win. We can provide any guidance as you or your employees navigate choices over the coming year. We're here for you with just a click or a call. If you know of a company that would like to have a trusted team referred to for Medicare answers rather than just a government website, let us know who to contact or pass our information along to them. Making Medicare at Work 1, 2, 3 Easy. The Medicare Moment by Tammy Semler. If you don't use them, you lose them. If you're enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan, chances are your plan may include dental, vision, and/or hearing benefits, as well as an allowance to purchase over-the-counter personal care items, either at retail location or from a catalog. The end of 2020 is fast approaching. Thank goodness, what a year this has been. And if you still have supplementary benefits available, you should use them before the end of the year or you'll lose them. If you have a large dental procedure you've been putting off that might exceed your plan's dental benefit, you can always do a portion of it this year to use up your benefit and then finish up the dental work in January when your 2021 dental benefit kicks in, if your 2021 has a dental benefit. You can do the same with hearing aids. If your plan only covers one ear per year, you can get one done in December and then another one in January for a matching pair. If your plan covers a new pair of eyeglasses each year and you haven't used your 2020 benefit because you aren't ready for new glasses, you can use your 2020 benefit to get prescription sunglasses. There's nothing like a new pair of shades. And never, ever, ever let those over-the-counter product dollars go to waste. You can stock up on Band-Aids, aspirin, lotion, vitamins, etc. Most things today have an awfully long shelf life, including our food, which, come to think of it, it's a little scary. What about your fitness benefits? Most of us haven't been to the gym since COVID busted onto the scene earlier this year. Forget about the freshman 15, we got the COVID 25 pounds. Many of the fitness programs are offering home fitness options. Instead, they will send you these awesome offering home fitness options instead. So they'll send you these home fitness kits, even Fitbits on some plans. So call up your fitness provider, Silver Sneakers, Silver and Fit, Renew Active, and find out if they have home fitness kits that they can send you this year since you haven't been using the gym. Some plans may limit you to 2 home kits a year, so get 2. There's still time. Plans gauge the utilization of these benefits each year, and the lesser utilized benefits might be done away with in the coming years. Don't let that happen. So let's get going. Use it or lose it. Are you sure you're on the right plan? Okay, our success story of the month by David Edge. Excessive copays. Bill and Teresa were on a Medicare Advantage plan that they were extremely happy with. Since they were both healthy and only took a few prescription medications, the copays on their plan were very reasonable. They also had the same primary care physician for years and were comfortable with that relationship. In October, they received their annual notice of change. That's called an ANOC. They were surprised that the copays had been raised and the maximum out-of-pocket had also increased. The next notice they got was from their long-term primary care doctor, who informed them that he was retiring. Loss of doctor, higher copays, higher max out-of-pocket. It was a triple loss. They had received their email from American Retirement Advisors, who had responded with their current list of prescriptions and their doctors so we could check their plan for 2021. On top of that, they also let us know of the loss of their primary care physician. No problem. They had an appointment with one of our advisors who reviewed all the Medicare Advantage plans for 2021, and since they had no doctor, they would select a new one. They were pleasantly surprised when we found a new plan that had lower copays and a lower maximum out-of-pocket than their 2020 plan. The icing on the cake was that all their prescription medications had a zero copay. Yay, free drugs. Not only that, but we also researched and found new top-notch primary care doctor who was right in their zip code, who was accepting new patients. Bill and Teresa were relieved that the process of comparing new plans was laid out in such a manner that they felt educated about their selections for the new year. Are you sure you're on the right plan for you? Call us. We can help. That's it. Boom.
Thank you, Mr. Edge, and thank you everyone for tuning in this week. Don't forget to like our video and follow the page. Most importantly, share it with all your friends and family, and I will see you all next week.